everyone. My name is Sherifat Ochua Omoba. Welcome to Life of an Ordinary Nigerian, where we talk about life in Nigeria and the peculiarities of being a Nigerian. Now, in our last episode, the discussion was staying married in 2021. And today, I'll be introducing a new guest who will be sharing a perspective, our opinions and views as to how couples should stay or can stay married in 2021. Welcome back, guys. So our guest speaker for today is Mrs. Anita Abbey, who's been happily married for 5 years and has a beautiful daughter. Welcome, Mrs. Anita.
Thank you for having me here.
So I'd love to know, is there a formula that makes marriages work?
A formula?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there's a formula per se, because though there are some tips that actually makes marriage work, marriage is not a mathematics that there's a particular formula you have to follow for your marriage to be successful. I feel in marriage, first of all, understanding should be there. And those things are practiced during relationship, not in the marriage. That's where a lot of people get it wrong. Before you enter into marriage, there are some certain things you need to know or you need to understand about your spouse before you accept to marry him or her. You should have a communication skill. Is this partner a person you can communicate with?
Communication.
Do you trust this person?
Trust.
Do you have an attraction for this person? Because first of all, there has to be an attraction. Because if that attraction is not there, you people cannot flow. Once the attraction is there has to be trust. You need to trust this person. You need to know what this person can do, what he cannot do. You should be able to defend the person, because once you are into the marriage, situations must surely come. So you need to trust the person. You should be able to tell, this is what my spouse can do and cannot do. Then that communication, you should be able to communicate with your spouse. Even before the marriage, before you go into the marriage, there are some certain things you need to communicate with your marriage, with your spouse, sorry. You communicate if, for instance, now there are some certain things you do in life that you have to communicate before you go into the marriage. Yeah. Because some people, they forget that aspect. They just talk about the sweet, 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 dovey. And marriage is not all about that. Like I say, marriage, the way I see marriage is a work. You need to work for your marriage to be successful. You don't just go into marriage and feel everything is just going to be okay. Like some pastors even say to people, or some people, some church members, they tell you it's from better to better, or from better for best. It's not so. In marriages, there are sweet times, there are bad times, there are sweet situations, there are bad situations. And if you could actually deal with these situations while you were dating, when you are in the marriage, when those situations come, it's just going to be like a foot for you to step on. So sometimes I see marriage as a Nigerian road, whereby you have gallops, you have pits, you have speed break, you have pothole, you have bad road, and you have good road. Because Nigerian road, you know, is not all smooth. So if you are going on a smooth road, you drive smoothly. And once you get to a speed break, you match your brake and you pass the speed break. Okay? So once you get into, should I say, a flood, you turn off your AC and you drive through it. So these are just the processes you take in marriages. So there's no particular formula. So if anybody tells you there's a formula to stay in marriage, I don't think the person is right. There's no particular formula, though there are tips you must follow in marriage and before marriage, which is the most important
part. Well, just starting, and you can see how agile she is. Like, our guest speaker is a hot one and all. You heard that, guys. Communication, trust, physical attraction, and a lot of... And then she compared marriages to Nigerian roads. We'll come back to that later. So, Mrs. Anita, on to my next question. From your experiences as a married woman, what two obstacles can you say affect marriages?
Let's say 2 obstacles that affect marriages in... Okay, should I use myself or in general?
Feel free. Yourself in general. We're here to learn.
There are lots of obstacles that actually affect marriages in, should I say, in Nigeria or in the world at large. First of all, that time must be there. If you don't have that time for your spouse, there must be issues. So no matter what you do, that balance must be there. You should try to balance your busy schedule, your family schedule, the way you attend to your kids, the way you attend to your spouse. You should give him or her the attention they need. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, as a woman or a man, everybody should also face their responsibilities. Because one thing that I actually see crashes marriages is because a lot of people don't know their responsibilities, or they feel they are no longer responsibilities in marriages. Like some people now, like in the days of my mom, those days you hardly see marriages crash. Because then they know, okay, a woman's duty is to cook, keep the house clean, take care of the children, while a man's duty is to provide. Fine, I know these days, the women also provide for the home, they support their spouse, but then the responsibility to take care of the home, I feel it's the responsibility of a man. Okay. If your wife is not looking good, everybody will blame the husband that, the man is not trying. And when the woman is looking good, even if it's the woman's money, all praises goes to the husband. So first of all, I feel the man should know his responsibility. And once the man knows his responsibility, the marriage will not crash. And also, the woman should also know her responsibility. Even the Bible says a woman should be submissive to her husband. As a woman, when they say being submissive, it doesn't mean you should be stupid. That's where understanding comes in. As a woman, you should be submissive. You should learn to take care of your home. You should learn to cook for your husband. I know these days, husband cook to assist. Yeah. But if your husband is cooking, assisting you, it doesn't mean it's his duty or his responsibility to cook for the home. No, I don't see it that way. But it's his duty to assist you as a wife, to render help for you when you need it. A lot of women abuse that opportunity. When they see their husband cooking for them, they just take their husband as a toy. And when that respect, when the respect is not there, you have to respect his help, his opinions. You understand? Because a man, especially African men, that ego is there. That ego, yes, that ego is there. I am the man of the house.
The house.
Yes, what I say is what we stand. You know, it's there now. So that's where understanding comes in. You need to understand, you need to communicate, you need to talk about things. Like some men, they find it offensive. You are going somewhere, you don't tell them before you go there. Just at the minute of going there, that's when you call them and tell them, I'm going this way. It shows the respect they feel. It's not like it shows. They feel the respect is not there. They feel as the man of the house. They should be told everything. So since you know those little things, just work with it. Honey, tomorrow I'll be going somewhere. That settles it. Once you tell them down, that issue will not be there. But once you don't tell them and you understand the type of husband you are married to, issues must definitely come. So that communication should be there. Talking to your spouse should also be there. Then knowing your responsibility, which is very key.
Abe is quite passionate about this topic. And from the points you just said, now you spoke about responsibilities, neglected responsibilities and all that. Okay, so that automatically leads me to my next question.
Okay.
Do you believe in equality in marriages?
Yes, there's equality in marriages. Okay. That's where everybody's opinion counts. Like I said, that communication should be there. My opinion counts, your opinion counts. But where people where people get this thing wrong, it's my own must stand. In marriages, you should be able to compromise. You should be able to compromise some things. Your own must not stand. Who says your own must stand? Are you God?
Even if you're the man?
Yes. Nobody says your own must stand. That's why you have to listen. Because the issue we have in Nigeria, we listen to attack. We never listen to understand. Once our opinion is on our head, no matter what they say, you don't want to listen. But if you have that patience to listen and understand, then compare views, you'll be able to resolve that issue. That's why I believe in equality in marriage. Nobody is like the say it all or must
know it all.
Exactly, in marriages. So that equality, I believe in equality in marriages. You have your right, I have my right. You have your say, I have my say. You listen to me,
I listen to you.
Because I can't listen to you and you will not listen to me. No, it doesn't work that way now.
Wow, I am enjoying having this woman on this show, and I know you are too. Okay, so Mrs. Abe, what has been your biggest motivation to stay married?
Should I say my biggest motivation? What's my biggest motivation is staying in marriage?
Oh, we have a few seconds to think.
Do I really know? My biggest motivation is staying in marriage. If you are not enjoying it, you talk about it. Now, marriage is not a do or die affair. It's not something you
But what
force.
is that thing? Like motivation? Like what is that thing? Is that prompting you to? I must remain in this thing. I must make it work. There has to be something. That thing that's pushing you to want to remain.
Yes, I feel whatever you've started, definitely you have a reason for starting it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Then for saving it, it's your own responsibility. It's like me buying a car. I will not say because I bought my car, I will just be driving it, I will not service it. I will maintain my car and I will maintain my relationship. I've entered the marriage. Do you understand? I must not say, okay, since I've entered the marriage, I will not maintain the marriage. I will let it crash like that because of what I see on social media or because of people living marriages. No, I have to maintain it. If you buy a car, you will buy fuel. You will service it. You will maintain it. Same also goes with marriages. Once you are married, service your marriage, maintain your marriage. Yes, so you have to service your marriage because if you don't service your marriage, the engine will crack, will crash.
The engine of your marriage will crash if it's not serviced.
And the end point will be divorce.
Disaster. It will be
yes, it will be divorce now. Actually, a change engine for marriage. Yes, I said you want to marry second husband or second wife. So I just believe you have to service your marriage. That maintenance should be there. What are those dovey things that was making the marriage sweet at the beginning? It should continue. You take me out while we were dating. Now we are married. You dump me in your house. No, it doesn't work like that.
So if he says no, what are you going to force yourself and go out with him?
I will take him out if he does not want to take me out. There must be an out.
High five.
Of course. If he doesn't take you out, you take him out.
If Mohammed does not come to the mountain, the mountain will go to Mohammed. Okay. Nice one, Mrs. Abbey. So for how long did you date your spouse? And two questions actually. Is there a difference between when you guys were dating and now that you're married? Is there a difference in maybe attitude, character, and some other things? And for how long?
Okay. How long did we date? We didn't really date for long. Okay. We didn't really date for long.
Can you put a number to it, like a specific number?
I don't think it's up to a year we dated.
Okay.
I don't think it's not up to a year we dated. And I don't think his attitude has changed. He's still the same person. Still the same person. When he has issue, he says it. It's still that same.
That's when people were doing boyfriend, girlfriend.
Still that same
and
issue.
Now that you're papa, mama.
Yes, he will still take me out. Then now he will still take me out. He will even be complaining that you don't like going out. You don't like going out. I mean, I like work. Everybody knows I like work.
Were you like that then? Were you outgoing when you guys were dating?
I'll still go out small now.
Okay. So maybe you're the one now that is changing, not him.
I think so.
Okay. So, Mrs. Abbey, what is your take on the role of extended families and religion in marriage?
Extended family and religion in marriages. So me, I feel once you are married, you should have a relationship with your extended family, but they shouldn't interfere in your marriage. I don't feel it's right for the extended family to start interfering in your marriage. Though they might be elderly, when you have issues, you can actually discuss some issues with them. Quote, some, not all. Because
inverted brackets, open bracket, close, some.
Exactly. It's not all issues in marriages you discuss outside. Some should stay in the marriage.
Even with the parents, extended family.
Yes, it should be between you and your spouse. You should be able to resolve that differences. So what I can say with extended family, they are your family. You shouldn't just neglect them because you are married. Fine, that relationship should be there, but there should be a boundary. I feel so. Okay. There should be
on both sides, yes, the man, the woman.
Exactly, on both sides. Because when the interference from extended family is getting too much, the home will be shaking. There must be an issue. Yes, you don't want a shaky home. So set your boundaries, either before you get married or after you are married.
Set your boundaries. Yeah. Okay, Mrs. Abbey, thank you. So, do you think money makes marriages work?
Money is very important. I wouldn't lie, because I'm a business person. In life, you need money.
Money is showing all over you.
Yes, you need money in life. Because if there's no money, you can't go to school. Do you understand? If there's no money, as little as feeding, you can't feed. But then you shouldn't capitalize on money. Because sometimes everything is not, in life, is not a smooth ride. Sometimes there are difficult issues. When there is no money, since you could stay with him when the money was there, or rather you could stay with her when the money was there. If the money is not there, you stay together and work towards making money, because money is very important in the home. So I'll say money is important, but then you shouldn't capitalize on money.
Meaning money is important, but it's not necessarily what makes the marriage work.
Exactly. Because some people, they have money, they are billionaires, but their marriages are crashing. Do you understand?
That's true.
And even these days, they're celebrating. You see the billionaires now celebrating divorce. Or you've not seen. Yeah, they're celebrating divorce.
Jubilating over it.
So if you capitalize on money, so what happened to those billionaires celebrating divorce? Could the marriage not sustain it? So that's why I say money is important, but you shouldn't capitalize on it. Yes, exactly.
Wow, Mrs. Abe, it's been really nice having you here. So let me not take much of your time without further. There's a way they usually say that. Let's skip that part. So in one sentence, just tell me what you think is the key to staying married in 2021.
Staying married in 2021, like I said, service your marriage, maintain your marriage, love your marriage, and be happy with your marriage.
Be happy with your marriage. Yes. Service your marriage. This Mrs. Abe, I will check her and see if she does mechanic hustling on the side, because she's going on and on about servicing.
Yes,
she's used that word like a lot of times.
No,
we'll check her well.
It's very important to maintain your home, to maintain your marriage. Because a lot of people, they neglect their marriage. They feel they're already dead. The man is not going anywhere. The woman is not going anywhere.
So they're just any effort.
You have to put effort.
Let's just be there.
Because whatever you don't put effort dies. If you have a flower plant, you don't put
water
effort to water it dies. So that's it. You have to maintain it. Okay, should I use the word water since you said I'm talking about water your marriage?
Water your marriage. Okay. Now she's a gardener. She's moved from being a mechanic to a gardener. Thank you, Mrs. Abe. It was beautiful having you on this show. Right. You were just going on and on and on and on. You made it very easy for me. And I am happy to have, I think I've learned a thing or two. And I'm sure the married viewers out there have learned a thing or two or more from this session. And also the singles who are getting prepared to get married have also learned a thing or two. So thank you for coming on this show.
Thank you for
I look forward to maybe having another episode again, because this marriage thing is something that is really
something that's very broad.
You know, from broken homes, we get all the other societal vices in the society. So it's important that we trace it back to the root where it's coming from. That's why we decided to make marriage a theme of, emphasis on this show. So thank you very much for coming.
And thank you for having me. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
I did. Thank you. So guys, catch you next week on another episode of Life of an Ordinary Nigerian. My name is Sherifat Ochua Omoba. Do not forget to follow us on Instagram at Life of an Ordinary Nigerian, on Facebook at Life of an Ordinary Nigerian. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, especially. See, this topic is hot cake. It's hot topic. We need to talk. I want to hear your views. Let's talk. Let's discuss. What do you think? You have different views or you share same opinions and all that. Let's just, let's talk. It's a very broad topic. Subscribe. And remember, Black is beautiful.